So today we're rebuilding a mill, and this is the front wall that goes in the mill, and this is the hole that I pulled it out of. This is the top grate that is in the mill, and the scrap beats around inside till it's small enough to eject out of those little holes. Here we're getting ready to remove the reject door, and we have to cut out the hold down blocks for the reject door. Those are just metal blocks, and we weld in. It just holds it down and keeps the door from jumping around and letting stuff come out that we don't want. But what it's used for is if there's something that gets in the mill that we can't shred, we can open it, let the material come out, close it back, and go back to shredding. That's about a 7,000 or 8,000 pound door right there. All these parts are made out of manganese. They wear really well, but they do tend to bow from all the abuse that they take. Now, these are side liners. They're more sacrificial parts to protect the shell of the mill walls themselves. And this that I'm standing on is the midsection roof casting. That's about a 15,000 pound part right there, and it's held in by two 6-inch pins that run the length of the mill. Here you can see where I had to cut them in half to get them out. Now those side liners, the only way to get those out is the side liners will mushroom around the heads of those shoulder bolts, and you just have to take your torch and blow out all the mushroomed material, open it up, and then a man on the back side with a punch and a hammer has to beat the bolts back through the mill wall. You also have to be very careful when torching this manganese, because it can build up a gas and cause a small explosion, especially behind the liners. And it's also very toxic. Here's that bolt coming out. All right, now here's the mill walls after we've stripped all the liners out of it. And here's the new side liners going back in. We have to put them in a certain order so we can get the roof castings back in, because the roof castings rest on top of those liners. And that roller right there with the teeth is what pulls the scrap in. Here is the new midsection roof casting going in, and it's resting on those liners. Those are the new 6-inch dowel pins that we installed to hold it in. And here is the new reject door. And that's it in place. And the new top grate. Now that top grate, the only thing that keeps it in its orientation of where it's at was those two steel blocks. And here is the new front wall and lower roof casting going in. It's held in by one 6-inch pin and three 4-inch tie bolts. And this is what the outside of the mill looks like.